Hi, Tales lovers! Welcome back to Ep43. It's your girl Lily Blue, and I'm sitting with Nkarhi Sibiya. Nkarhi, say hi to Tales lovers.
Hi, taste lovers.
Nkarhi here, as you may have seen from the thumbnail, is here to tell us about the 5 things you need to know about on how do you go about pricing your portraits, so that you don't just make portraits, but you make a business out of your portraits, out of that skill, out of that talent. So Nkarhi, before we get into those 5 things that you need to know about pricing portraits, let's just get a little bit of background. Who is Nkarhi? What does she do? Where's she from? Ma'am, please.
Hi everyone, I'm Sibiya Nkarhi. I'm an artist. I'm studying Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering at Wits. I've been doing art for the past 8 years. It's been an amazing journey. Today I'm going to tell you about the 5 vital points which you have to consider for your pricing. First of all, we're going to focus on the size of the portrait. How big the size is determines the price. So obviously an A4 would be cheaper compared to an A3, an A2, A1, and etc. So the bigger the portrait size, the higher the price.
Interesting. So if you are coming and saying, Nkarhi, this is my picture, please do a portrait of me, I want an A4, just know that that is going to be cheaper than an A1. And what's the biggest size you've done?
A2.
A2?
Yeah.
That's big. The smallest?
A5.
A5?
Yeah.
Do people ever come and want something smaller than that?
Nah, sometimes I do practice or do something that I like on a
smaller
size.
paper. Because I'm thinking they're passport pictures. What if I want a passport sized portrait?
I can do any size, but not something bigger than a 0.1.
A 0.1
currently.
I don't know how big a 0.1 is, but for you nerds out there, or should I say artists out there, please leave a comment and tell us what you think about the first thing that Nkarhi has pointed out that is very important in pricing your portrait. Can you please just go further with the conversation? What's the second thing?
The second one is how much time did you spend on that portrait?
Interesting.
So for example, in A4 you spend less time compared to an A2, compared to an A1, and etc. So the more time you spend on the portrait, the higher the price will be. So for example, let's say for me, an average of 16 hours, depending on what I'm drawing. Or usually I specialize with people. That is why I mention portraits. So it depends on how detailed the picture is, and then I'll definitely spend more time in a more detailed picture.
Okay, so obviously if you're going to do 2 A4s and one is just a picture of one person and the other one is a picture of one person and some trees and some stones there and some ocean in the background, and you know all the details, so that's going to cost more than the other one, even though they are the same size. So now it's also possible that someone can come and say they want an A1 but with a less complicated features, yeah. And then someone wants an A4 that has more complicated features. Is it possible that the A4 is going to cost a lot more than the A1?
It is going to cost a lot because it's going to take so much time and material.
That's interesting. So do we have a formula?
A formula?
Yes,
for
obviously
pricing?
For pricing, yeah, because we know like for minimum average you do 16 hours, and we want to know how much do you charge per hour roughly?
Per hour, I can say around 30 rand per hour. Yeah.
Your prices are still very much affordable. They're very much affordable. But then I think we have a reason as to why your prices are very much affordable at this time, which is maybe the third thing that you'd like to tell our viewers at home. which is another factor as to which affects pricing. So please tell us the third factor.
Okay, so the third one is going to be materials. The material you use play a huge role on the quality of your portrait. Another thing is, the more expensive the material is, the higher the price will be.
For the portrait, yeah.
Yeah. So there are expensive brands just like Faber-Castell, which can cost about 800 to more thousands, you know. So yeah, those ones are quite expensive. It's a Germany brand, what can you say?
Yeah.
So for good quality artwork, you will need good quality materials. Even papers are quite different. The papers I use are hard compared to the paper you use to write your notes and etc. So the thicker the paper, the more the price. And if I'm using something of good quality, I will charge more.
Number 4.
Okay, the skill you have or the talent you have plays a role.
That's very interesting.
Yes. So if you're more talented, because I can say everyone can draw. That's the thing. Everyone can hold their pencil or pen, color pencils and etc. and draw. But what is it that is making you different from everyone else? So the more interesting your portraits are, the more detailed, the more nicer your portraits are, the higher the price will be.
That's quite interesting, because I remember we had subjects like creative arts in high school, in primary, and a bit of high school when we were doing senior phase in high school. We had creative arts, and we were expected to draw. Everyone, they didn't ask you, can you draw, can you not draw? They just be like, draw this, draw that. So I guess it is to support what you're saying, that everyone can draw. But then what differentiates, what distinguishes us is the fact that Nkarhi can draw better than I do. Then she can put a price on her things and I can't. You see? So yeah, it's very important to work on the skill. And I like what you said about talent or skill, because of course, even if it's a talent, you still have to work on developing it and making it better and better each and every day.
Yeah.
Because Nkarhi here sitting with me, she's been doing this art thing for 8 years, but she's still learning new things every day, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's quite interesting.
You always have to leave room for improvement. So I still learn from those ones who are in front of me.
Who are doing better than you do.
Yeah, who are doing better than me.
Which is great. We're about to wrap up the conversation. And have you commented? Have you subscribed? If you're not subscribed, why not subscribe? Anyway, moving on to the 5th thing, which is the last thing on the list. I hope, Puguti, you guys have been taking notes. And if you have questions, then you can leave them. And if there's something that you missed, please go back and listen to that, because this is very important for you young people out there wanting to venture into the business of selling your portraits. Yes, ma'am. The 5th thing.
So the 5th one is fame. I remember starting my portraits, I used to charge 100 rand. So by that time, I had to more like create my name out there. So for me to get exposure, I would like charge my portraits to be so affordable, so that at least few people can have them, and then when others tend to see them, they'll be like, oh, this is nice.
I also
and
want
then
one, yes.
As time goes on, I improve. At the same time, I'll be well known. So that is why I tend to draw most politicians, including Titi Mabuza,
That's quite interesting.
Deputy President, Stella Ndabeni, Sindisiwe Chikunga, and etc. So the more I get famous, the more people know me, is the more I tend to be like, oh, okay, now
the price is going up.
Yeah.
Titi Mabuza knows my work. The price is going up. So also expose yourself. Draw stuff that is relevant in whatever area you are in. And also, I think another thing that Nkarhi mentioned earlier before we started recording, and she forgot to mention now, is that when she started, she was back at home at the villages, right?
Yes.
And now there's this change in location, so the price goes up, because now there is we're now in a city, and the prices here are different from the prices at the villages, and maybe there is a more customer base here in Johannesburg than there was where she's coming from, you know, so which is quite interesting. This has been a quite an interesting conversation. I really hope to see you come back and see you more successful. I think by the time I'll have a portrait of myself done, you'll be charging thousands. But okay, at that time, I think I'll be able to afford, guys. Let's not forget to leave a comment on the comment section. Let's not forget to like. Let's not forget to share this video. Let's not forget to come back next Saturday for another episode of amazing goodness from Port TV. Bye.